culture.
London's bloody horrible, isn't it? It's always raining, you ask people for directions and look at you like you're a piece of poo on the bottom of their shoe. I don't know why anyone would want to live in such a miserable place. Newcastle though, Newcastle's bloody lovely, isn't it? Powerhouse, no pun intended, of the north, industrial heartland, home of Alan Shearer, Anton Deck and Jimmy Nail. Newcastle is the crown jewel of Britain's cities. Why else would the rest of the country literally look up to us? You know, because geography and that? The cheap drinks and the peas pudding might help things along like, but the city earned a place in your heart the first time your mum dragged you along to Geordie Jeans and you got your first kiss outside the huge Warner Brothers cinema in Manners. I'm Ross from WhatCulture.com and this is 20 problems only people from Newcastle will understand. Number 20, explaining that Biker Grove wasn't actually a real place. He's blind, man! He's blind! Television hasn't been more real than that now, has it? Everyone from Newcastle has this news gently broken to them at an early age after asking their parents if they could go to the Grove and visit the tuck shop. However, the rest of the country grew up assuming it was a green and pleasant oasis in the midst of some mysterious and picturesque urban haven called Biker, ruled by Almighty Jeff. Sadly, it's not even real. Number 19, getting asked where your coat is on a night out. It's it here, mate. I didn't need a coat even though it's 10 to 5 in the pissing morning and I'm stuck at the end of the taxi queue outside of Sinners with a few inches of snow covering me stiletto-clad feet. Just for the record, I was playing the part of some local trollop there. I don't wear stilettos when I can out and get pissed as a fart. Number 18, not getting stotties or peas pudding anywhere else in the bloody country. Seriously, ask for a Barry ham and peas pudding stotty anywhere else in the country and you'll be given hackies like you've just asked for some deep fried dog clots. Number 17, dancing in a lopsided nightclub that's actually a boat. Ah, the Tuxedo Princess. Bless her and all who whiteyed inside of her. Luxury sea liner, part slatted home of cheap alka-pops with a revolving dance floor. The Tuxedo Princess constantly reeked of six due to the inevitable result of mixing snakebite black with a giant merry-go-round ruined. Number 16, keeping a straight face when somebody calls Lionel Messi the greatest player ever. Oh, he gans on mazy runs now, does he? Scores a load of goals, does he? Sets up all his teammates, does he? Doesn't bloody matter. I bet he still wears Peter Beardsley pyjamas with Alan Shearer slippers and a Vernon Anita dressing gown. Number 15, comparing every political figure to Jeff in Biker Grove. Jeff Keegan, statesman, poet, philosopher, sage, leader, confidant, shepherd, organiser of the five-a-side team, basically think Barack Obama with mutton chops. Number 14, having to translate yourself for other people all the time. How man, no need for ye divvies to give wahaggies because you didn't know what we're on about like. Well, you nah, you different, nah. Well, I suppose you'll never f***ing nah, you f***ing knacker, you. Hey, this is Jesus' language. Jesus is literally a Geordie. Number 13, the Metro. When it first launched, it was 5p for a child ticket that turned up every half an hour, and all the passengers held hands and sung as it rattled along the tracks. Oh, happy days. Now it costs almost all of your pocket money to get to town and back, they explode in a fireball at the sight of a wet leaf on the track, they stink of piss, and it's full of Mackems in full football kits going to the airport. Not going to watch European football like, because you know, when have you ever seen a Mackem in Milan? Speaking of Milan, I wish Metro Ken would piss off to Milan and never come back. Number 12, understanding heartbreak better than anyone because Newcastle United. Second place finishes, defeated finalists, relegation, Collymore closing in! Mike Ashley's collar size, the life of a humble Newcastle United supporter is one slap in the face after the other. Not that giving it up is a real option, like. It's all right now though because the revolution is in full swing and we're Newcastle and we're gonna win the league. Well, you know. Number 11, fishing for pound coins in the Eldon Square fountain. I tell you what, I wish I could buy the smell of the Eldon Square fountain as an ode to toilette. Or whatever that fancy posh stuff is called. Some shoppers thought throwing their loose change into the fountain would bring them luck, but in reality all it ever bought was a chance for soggy-sleeved teenagers to get enough money for a sausage roll on their way home. Number 10, not being able to find a cinema as good as the Tyneside. There's no chud on the floors, you're allowed to take your own beer or glass of wine with you, people don't talk during the films and kids don't chuck popcorn off your head. Going to the pictures elsewhere in the country is basically savage by comparison. Number 9, not getting through to night owls. But can you just tell Alan that I've seen a ghost and I've got a suspicious rash on me cock and balls? I need your help, Alan. I need your help. What a load of pointless rubbish, eh? Once again, I'd just like to make a note I was playing the part of somebody else here. I've never seen a ghost and I don't have a suspicious rash on me willy or testicles that Uncle Alan can resolve. Number 8, the John Dobson Street bus lane camera. Bit of a recent one this, but most of us, according to local media of course, have been through that moment when you realise you're on John Dobson Street heading towards the Five Swans and you're absolutely knackered. Sickening and expensive. They should get rid of that pesky snapper, shouldn't they? And I'm not talking about the bloke who runs Newcastle Portraits. His snaps are absolutely waxer. Number 7, Geordie Shore. I'm going to play the part of someone from outside the northeast. Oh well, you must love Geordie Shore, mustn't you, being from Newcastle and whatnot? Absolutely not. We do not like Geordie Shore. We don't enjoy watching a bunch of orange delinquents bringing shame to the Geordie name by getting drunk and trying to have sex with each other and or fighting at the same time. They need sectioned, a lot of them. Number 6, the horse punching jokes. Lock up your horses, everyone. Newcastle's lost. Best hide your bins too, otherwise they might tip those over. Hilarious. Literally never ever gets old. Number 5, lusting over Foundation, the Cooperage and Baja Beach Club. Newcastle's nightlife is one of its biggest selling points, but speak to people of a certain vintage and they tell you how good it was back in the day. And when did I come from Yorkshire? Number 4, holding back the tears when you see a pret-a-manger, I think that's how it's pronounced, when there should be a Greggs. Greggs is love, Greggs is life. Greggs is so important in Newcastle that the 24-hour ones hire doormen on a Saturday night. Really, Greggs, doorman, it's a real thing. Imagine a world where prime retail space and high streets in the south of England are filled by a company who generally thinks that people would rather eat hummus, salad, wraps, what? Than a good old-fashioned sausage roll. Number 3, not being able to feel Christmassy until you've been to Fenwick's window. Now, I've never worked at Fenwick's, but I reckon the festive season there must be an absolute nightmare to work. Hearing that same old creepy music while watching a robotic Red Riding Hood twirl on some fake snow on the commute into work every single morning must leave you tearing your hair out by the end of the festive season. Still, it's cracking when you're a bairn, or have a bairn to entertain. However, I still don't get why people would queue up for its opening when it's open for more than a bloody month and never changes during that time. Number 10, the inexplicable success of Newkie Brown, Newcastle Brown Ale. The whole world knows it as an iconic, trendy, premium imported beer that's hugely popular with students and young urban professionals. Back here, it's just a bottle of Derg and a quick ticket to waking up outside the beehive in a pool of your own juices. Number 1 and last but not least, the whole world falling in love with where you're from. Like trying to see the wood for the trees, Geordies are so used to Newcastle that they often forget just how brilliant and beautiful it is. But bring anyone from somewhere else in the country to the banks of the River Tyne for a few days and their mouths literally hit the floor. Their eyes widen and their hearts make plans to stay there forever. As Belinda Carlisle once said, "Ooh, heaven is a place on earth." And it's chock-a-block of Whitbridge, isn't that? Geordies, anything I've missed, let us know in the comments below. And please remember to like, share and canny. I've been Ross from WhatCulture.com and I'll see you in a bit. Innie.